Welcome to another edition of Strange New Pod. I am your Phoenix flight operator and Fleet Admiral Julian Brown, alongside the best bridge crew. This side of Federation Tribunal, we have Vice Admiral Eric, who has returned from shore leave where he did not vacation in Bozeman, Montana. Commander Hawk is here, and judging by that smell, the Ketracol white hot sauce may have been a little too much. And finally, we have Captain Giraffe, who right after this pod is going to go down a bottle of Romulan ale and head to Sin City, play some of Quark's Dabo Tales at destination Las Vegas.
Woo!
And it's the return of a legend, Vindicta herself, the Boar Queen of Puns, Lieutenant Brittany. Welcome back and welcome aboard, everybody. How are we doing?
Happy to be here.
Happy to
We're
have
thriving.
Thriving. I like
For another
thriving.
season of Lower Decks.
Yeah, Lower Decks. Woo, Lower Decks, Lower Decks, Lower Decks. Brittany, it's been a long road, a long time.
It's been 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months. What have you been up to for these 4 or 5 months?
Well, for those who didn't already know and weren't here to see my pilgrimage off, I've been working on my voice set over career, voice acting, voiceover. I've been taking lots of classes. Now I'm doing lots of auditions. And yeah, it's just been busy. Lots of stuff every week. Been working with a lot of really awesome people too. So like, names like Jennifer Hale, Kritsia Bajos, Brock Powell, lots of really awesome people in animation and video games and even on screen. So it's pretty great.
Very cool, very awesome. This is hopefully, a precursor to seeing your name in the Lower Decks credits at some point. That would be awesome.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. We'd love to see that. That would be absolutely epic.
If my name could be near Tawny's name.
So opening credits, all right. And new lead, Brittany Tomes.
Please.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Giraffe's already complaining in the chat about people doing Faith of the Heart. I love it.
Hey.
Yeah, I called you out. Oh, man. Brittany, it's awesome to have you back for Lower Decks. I know this is your favorite Star Trek series. Let's get into it. This week, Lower Decks is back for Season 3. This season's going to be an absolute throw ride. I know a lot of outlets have put, season-long reviews up already without spoilers. We're not going to do that. We'll just say it's going to be a fun ride. Can't wait to talk about it over the next 10 weeks with you guys. We are here to talk about the season premiere, Grounded. How long did it take for Mariner to go rogue? How bad does Kara's trial look? And why are we headed to the site of First Contact? We're going to break it all down, but first, Eric, since you've been gone, also on a long road, we need to... for the first time. Good song. We need to thank our Patreon collective at the Ready Room level and above, please.
All right. Well, thank you to Simon Steger, Jeff Reeve, Mariah Gossett, Jen Stein, Tina Alexander, Joe Saporito, Noe Santo, Kung Hui, Haven, Takako Nagumo, Kara Kennedy, Mark, Fernanda Nogales, SMK, Laura Linderman, Koalian Night Spray, Colin Davidson, Alan Davis, Shatterhand 2049, Jesco, MC Frodus, Michael Graham, Alex Miller, Emily and Travis, Gildara, Cassie, Raul, Summer Ritchie, supporter of human rights, Maggie Light, Spurk, Wayne Ritz, Sko Navark, Sean, Jay Howard, Anna Uridon, Ella, and Mahalani Uchiyami.
Hey,
I should have read that earlier.
You should have. Oh, it's like nothing changes around here, and that's the best thing about this pod. I love you
Look at
all.
all these names.
Look at all these names. It
When
just
I left,
keeps growing.
there's half of that list.
It's pretty dope, man.
It's
Patrons
awesome.
keep on coming. We're actually already really close to our Seattle goal of being able to get a table there. So, tell your friends, tell your family. Tell your
Very
Lower
soon,
Decks.
this podcast is just going to be us reading them off patrons.
I know,
for
right?
an hour and a half.
It is gonna at some point just have to be them scrolling up the screen while we're still talking. We'll get there. A couple of Patreon notes real quick. I've been thinking in my head, instead of doing a poll on Patreon, of just picking a location for us to all go to, because If you're interested in possibly doing a Philly patron meetup, since we have a lot of Philly patrons now, on September 18th, I'm gonna put the location on Patreon tomorrow, and you guys can chat about it and see if you like the idea, and then we will figure out a time and all get together and have some drinks, have some fun. First round is on the pod, of course. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. Yeah, you should. You should. I'll make you one of these. It's delicious. I just lost my coaster. That's very disappointing. Also, Orville, New Horizons episodes 9 through 10, our review of that and the season wrap up is live on Patreon right now for Ready Room level members and above. That's with Karen and Matt and myself. That'll be available to everyone next Wednesday. You can listen to 5 through 8 right now, wherever you find your podcast as well. Giraffe, any other patron stuff from the Patron Queen?
Not right now, because there's going to be some exciting stuff beginning of September. So I will communicate on Patreon about the date for the next Patreon happy hour. And I'm still waiting for some suggestion for our quarterly table read. That has to be lower decks, apparently. That's the requirement,
Yes.
right?
It's not a requirement, but it is heavily implied that it should be. So make it happen. People, make it happen.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me that.
No, not you.
Yes,
make
boss.
it happen, Giraffe.
Yes, boss.
That's an order. That's an order from your commander. That's a Hamilton reference, and I'm really
Yes,
sorry.
sir. Sir, yes.
We have a lot of business to take care of before we actually get into the review. A lot going on. First, all week long for the past 10 days, so more than a week, we've been doing our rewatch of Lower Decks Season 2 on the Discord, and that has been a lot of fun. A bunch of you won our very secret surprise giveaway. Rule 1 of our surprise giveaway, since technically we're not supposed to give them out. You do not talk about surprise giveaway when you get it. So just be happy when you get it and never speak a word of it. Those will go out sometime in like a week and a half. Trust me, it's worth it. We do have a grand prize winner that we can talk about. Our grand prize winner is getting a copy of Lower Deck Season 2 on Blu-ray and a Tendy and the Dog pin. And I want to congratulate Scott Lee, who is the winner of our watch-along grand prize. We will be sending you a copy of Lower Deck Season 2 on Blu-ray and that pin. So congratulations! Woo!
Woo!
And then it kind of just came up on us, guys. But did you know that in 3 weeks, it's our 100th episode?
Yeah.
100th episode. Eric's got a look on his face. What?
Just something on the stream. It's funny. It's nothing.
Oh. Is it on the chat? Am I missing something funny?
No, it's on the actual stream.
Oh.
Oh, I love it. I've been watching. It's amazing.
What's happening on the stream?
Oh, you should
Just
check
see
it out
it.
one day.
It's yeah. You should check the stream.
I'm so
That's one of my
confused.
favorite
Right.
parts of the episode, by the way.
I'm so confused right now. Okay, I will check the stream later. Our 100th episode is coming up, guys. In 3 weeks, it is episode 100. All right, what's happening? What's happening? Say-
I'm surprised by this. What is going on?
It's nothing. It's nothing. Just keep going. It's all good.
Just talk. It's okay.
Yeah.
Got me really. Is it me?
No, it's not you. No, it's not.
Yes, it's you. Yes.
It's a really cool graphic thing that Eric has
Yeah, it's just
Oh!
very
done.
nice.
Here.
Well, why didn't you say that? I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and go look right now.
This podcast is gonna be 2 hours and a half.
It won't.
on.
It's a 24-minute episode. How long could we go? And then it was a 2-hour
say.
show.
Is that a challenge?
I was like, we have
It is a challenge. It is a challenge.
It has to take a bit. It'll take a bit to get back to what I was laughing at anyway.
I see a new
I see what they're doing,
awesome logo, and oh my god, Eric.
It's not my logo.
But it's strange new pod news, and the Buffalo Solar Knights eclipsed London Kings in Game 1 of the Elos. Is that a sport in Lower Decks?
Oh,
In Star Trek? I don't know. That
in
was
the
what was
ticker
streaming
of
on the
Lower
thing.
Decks.
I like the ticker, Eric. Very well done. Very cool. Very fancy.
It gets
Are
better
you-
at the end.
Were you laughing at the notes?
Yeah. No, I mean, you have to wait.
Yeah.
See, I'm hosting, so I can't pay attention. I shouldn't have looked, and now I regret it. I don't regret it. It's really badass. I'm going to keep talking about our 100th episode, which is coming up in 3 weeks. Listen, guys, if you followed us since the beginning, we actually have like a shit ton more than 100 episodes, but we weren't numbering episode reviews early on in the early days of Strangely Pod. So our actual 100th episode is coming up. So in honor of that, we are doing a bit of an awesome giveaway. We have an extra Lower Decks swag box, the ones that you saw all the pictures of from Giraffe and I and all the other content creators and all those cool people. We're going to give away that swag box with all the goodies in it, right? To honor this momentous occasion of our 100th episode, and it's pretty easy to enter. You guys have to send us your favorite host moment from all 100 episodes of Star Trek. Something funny Hawk did, something funny Brittany did, something funny Giraffe did, something funny I did.
Floor pie, I swear to
Somebody
God.
better fucking say floor pie.
We cried for like 15 minutes straight. There's no way floor pie's not up there.
It didn't end. Something funny Eric did. It doesn't have to be a funny thing, but we hope it's funny, so we all laugh our asses off for 2 hours on our 100th episode.
I'm
Just
funny
laughing
things.
just at the floor pie because nobody got it, and I was
Oh
just
my
like
god,
on the
fucking
floor.
floor pie.
Listen, it became a meme. There was Photoshop done. It's okay.
It became a lot of things.
I was dying.
So, guys, send us a 30-second video, audio, or just like text in an email, a clip. Anyone who sends us that will have it read or played on the show. And if you're based in the U.S., you are entered to win that box if you send us that 30-minute clip or text that we can read or play on the show. Second place.
30-second.
Sorry? Yes, 30
second,
seconds.
right?
A 30-second
30
video
minutes.
or audio clip. Minute will be there forever. Second place will be a set of all 3 department badges from Strange New Worlds, and third place will be the TNG badge that Fansets just announced. Second and third place will be available to everyone, so international listeners as well. So send us your entry, astrangenewpod@gmail.com. We will take submissions until Sunday, September 11th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Cannot wait to hear what you come up with. Floor pie. It's going to be
have
really.
like 15 floor pies. and
We're
that's
going to
what
have
we will
15
do.
floor pies.
8 of
What are you gonna
Giraffe
do?
saying lizard babies, and it's gonna be like just the greatest, all the best like Picard Hawk impressions, and like
It's going to
it'd
be.
be Eric with the.
I want to
Yeah.
enter the contest because I have a favorite host moment.
I mean, so I don't know if I read that here, but you guys are going to have to come up with your favorite host moment as well. So start thinking.
have
You have
one.
3 weeks to do that. I have one
Floor
too.
pie.
I already.
Re-listen to
Floor
all of our
pie, it's the
episodes
floor
and
pie.
return.
I have one too. Start thinking. We're going to have an awesome show for our 100th episode. But now it's time to get into the goodness, all the fun things that we do on the show, including the strange new loop. And sometimes in Trek, officers have had to stick to their guns, follow orders, but no, not you guys. No. Who would you go rogue for to try and save if you had to from any event in Star Trek? And Brittany, as our guest and your triumphant return, you can go first. Twitch, let us know as well. Let's do it.
I would just save Jadzia from dying. Like, I would go rogue to pop up and be like, I don't get what this whole Prophets weird thing is going on, and I'd just make it not happen.
I like it.
It has to be, like, you guys know how I feel about Jadzia.
Yes, I do.
But other than that, it would be just literally going rogue with Mariner anytime.
Oh,
Not,
I like
not
that
to save
too.
her, but, like, shenanigans. Go rogue
I
anytime.
mean, Mariner shenanigans are always awesome.
Yeah.
Who else has got one?
I think I'd go. So I thought about it, and I was like, who could like be in danger of like being misunderstood? You know, being like set up for something. So I think I'm gonna go with Riker, because I would know right away that that guy did something that it was not wrong, even if it looks wrong. You know what I mean? So yeah. The others, or they would never do something crazy, you know, or I'd be doubtful if like it's actually for the better good. So, but Riker, I'd go rogue. Yeah, I'd
I
go
can
rogue
see
for
it.
Riker.
It's like he shaves his beard one time, and you're like, I hope this was for a good reason. I really do.
Yeah, and you know it is. Like, you know it is. Like,
He does it in Star Trek 9 and no one questions him. So, you know.
exactly.
I did.
Any Hawk, Eric?
I got one.
Yeah, hit it.
I would go rogue and save Kirk from dying by falling off a bridge.
Oh, thank
my
God.
Oh, come on.
That part is so ridiculous.
What are
so
you
bad.
talking about?
It's the worst death in Star Trek history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Okay,
it's
except for
fitting
Jadzia.
somehow.
Tasha also had a shitty death.
Yeah.
You ever
Oh wait,
touch
we
a
have to
dark
save
UV
somebody
tunnel?
from like something that actually happened in Star Trek.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just-
that was kind of the rule, but
Yeah,
that's
I
all
think
right.
that was what it was supposed to be, but then I liked your
I have
answer.
no
Mentioned in the
idea.
outline.
I like your
uh,
answers, so I'm sticking with it.
Okay, I didn't read the outline.
Giraffe was like, I'll only
Wow.
protect Riker in a trial.
What a
I was
shock!
like, wow.
Giraffe and Eric didn't read the outline.
Yeah, I opened it.
That's my favorite host moment. Every time Giraffe hasn't read the outline, it's always the
I want to
best.
know what the hell is going on.
I
Somebody
don't.
do
I
a
really
fan
don't.
cam of me saying that I didn't read the outline through 100 episodes.
I'm just gonna
so-
make a TikTok.
It makes for better episodes, honestly.
I agree.
Because you don't see stuff coming, then you're like, wait, we have to answer what? And it's just like,
Hawk, go ahead.
I was thinking about this. Mine was a bit of a what if situation. What if things had gone bad for Data at the end of that trial in
Ooh.
Measure of a Man?
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
I
my
would
Yeah.
favorite movies.
I totally have gone rogue to save Data.
I
Nice.
Like too. You know what? Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
There's some good ones in the chat.
Yeah, there are. You want to read a couple of them?
Yeah, SMK wrote, I would save Tuvix from being murdered.
Go to hell.
Oh come on! And then we lose Daddy Tuvok. What? People
And we
forget
lose
that
Leola
if
Root
we
Soup.
have-
Like, come on,
If we
man.
have Tuvix, it means we don't have Tuvok. Like, how do you live in that world? Like,
That's true. If you don't stop Tuvix from dying, then you don't get Durag Tuvok, which is a whole nother thing. You know, that's an experience. That's a moment.
absolutely,
That's a cultural
absolutely.
milestone.
It's
Thank you.
amazing.
Haven wrote, I would save Tasha from the Enterprise C.
Yeah, she has a pretty grim
Yes.
situation
yeah.
happen to her later
1000%.
on. Yeah. Yeah.
We won't get Selavo.
True. But we also prevent her from getting raped and tortured. So,
And then
I don't know.
killed for
Trade
driving
off.
away.
yeah.
Jessica wrote, I'm saving Hugh and Picard. That's,
Good
that would have
answer.
been a good save.
I would save. I have another one. You know, in the Gamester of Triskelion, I
Yeah.
would save Uhura from like that horrible dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I would save Narissa from getting thrown off that bridge in the Picard finale.
Yeah.
No, I'm
She's a
kidding. I
better
wouldn't.
villain.
But I really
Maybe
liked her
she's
a
not
lot.
dead.
I don't think
in
she's dead. We never saw a
Revenant.
body.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna go with like a super serious answer, and then you guys all had like, good, serious but funny answers. So I'm gonna go kind of funny. I'm gonna take.
Jenzia's death is funny.
Well,
bro?
no, but the way you
It's
put
funny.
it, no, it's not. I would take the role of Cassidy Yates, and I would call the prophets. I would go into the Celestial Temple, punch all of them in the face, grab my husband, be like, "You're taking care of our fucking son. Get back here." And I would save Cisco from the prophets because he's got other work to do. So, yeah. My other answer was going to be, I would also punch people in the face as Will Riker and punch Jellicoe in the face and go rescue Picard from being tortured in Chain of Command.
You know who I would save? Quark from that damn baseball game they played. Quark had no right or
You
reason
had
to be on
no-
that damn field, you know? Like, leave
Oh
him in
my
the bar,
God.
goddammit.
I mean, yes.
You know why that popped in my head? I was scrolling on Tumblr, as you do, and somebody
do.
mashed up the baseball scene from DS9 with the music from Twilight from the baseball scene, and it was the most. It was it was like cursed. I can't stop thinking about it. It was beautiful.
Jesse Gender just put that episode in her top 20 Star Trek episodes of all time. It is a very good episode of Star Trek.
Take me out to the holosuite.
Yeah, it's a great
I give it a
episode.
9 out of 10.
There she
I
is.
First pun of the
I think-
night.
The thing that always makes me laugh is how Nog cannot differentiate the Vulcans. They all look the same. Every time
Nog.
it cracks me up. Which
Oh.
one? Oh.
Jesse actually inspired me to start making my top 20 list, and I'm stuck at 16, and I haven't gone back to it because it gets hard from there.
Mine
So-
is
They're all
only
tied after
1
that.
episodes.
Any other strange new loops? Good. Should we talk Lower Decks since it's back? It's entering its 3rd season. They're doing voice work for season 4 already. Can't wait. It is our review of the season 3 premiere. Grounded. Our roundtable order tonight will be Brittany, Eric, Giraffe, Hawk, and myself. Let's do this. Let's talk about Mariner going rogue first, because it goes without saying that we knew, I was going to eat my cookies and I didn't bring them to the stream, and I'm very upset. So you're going to have to eat them for me.
Do they have raisins in them? Because
they do. Ew. No, they're delicious.
Like
oatmeal raisins,
Yeah,
amazing.
the oatmeal raisins, and they're so good. And by the way, look at this is like the most giant cookie I've ever
it's a
seen.
big
Look at the
fucking
thickness.
cookie.
That's really
The thick cookies.
I'm
thick with
eating
two
mine
Cs.
With two
directly
Cs.
after this
like
episode.
all the farmers that were hitting on Boimler.
I don't care how juicy
yeah.
his raisins are.
Not a raisin guy, Eric.
No,
huh?
fuck raisins.
It's like fucking Rutherford with pears. Oh no, fuck pears,
I
man.
hate pears too. Fuck
I
pears.
love pears.
You don't like pears?
No, fuck pears.
Fuck.
Pears my favorite fruit. Oh,
Hey, mine too.
virtual high five.
I love mango and pears.
Mangoes, yes.
Mango.
My island people.
We're never
approve.
doing the review of that episode, by the way. It's
Nope,
never
never.
happening. Thank you for
Th-
coming.
Thanks
Good
for coming.
night.
See you later. I also just before we start, I forgot to do this at the top of the show. I want to say hello to anybody who is in their hotel room, if you are watching us from Vegas right now. A lot of people at Star Trek Destination Las Vegas, they're either at a panel or in their hotel, either watching us maybe or watching Star Trek Discovery Pod later on. If you are, hello. We hope you are having fun. Look out for Giraffe tomorrow.
Spread the word.
So.
Fuck raisins.
Look out. Look
Spread
out.
the word at Destination Vegas. Fuck
Beware.
raisins. Signed, Eric. We knew it wouldn't take long for Mariner to, let Starfleet go about their trials while she looked for a better way to exonerate her mom. Was she too quick to go on the Kirk trigger, or do you think that she waited as long as she possibly could?
Listen, Mariner is always half a second away from going rogue from Starfleet. So this didn't surprise me very much, but I think given her character development last season, she's been more emotionally vulnerable, so having that shocking ending where they take her mom away at the end, you knew it was just she had to immediately act on it this season. So I would have been more surprised if she was like, oh, they're doing a trial, I'll sit here and wait patiently. So
true.
her, she's conspiracies, I gotta do this. I liked also that, how some people complain about New Trek as being oh, Starfleet would never do this, we can't trust Starfleet. I liked how in this case, everything turned out right. And
Yeah.
Starfleet was the way to go. So I'm haha.
And Lower Decks has proved that time and time again, right, Britt? In season 1 when Rutherford's changing departments for Tendi, and everybody's oh, you want to go to a different department? Awesome, go.
Yeah, so
we
supportive,
believe
and
in
it
you,
worked so well.
Starfleet. Yeah.
Baby bear.
Baby bear. Baby bear.
Oh.
Eric, what do you think? Patient, too quick?
She was not quick enough. The Cerritos got a little bit of the bronze, refinishing on there. So, it's been there for a little bit. I don't know. I feel like they went after one of her own, and I don't think Mariner would have sat there for that. I think she would have full on threw all of the, the monitors out the window and then went to rescue her mom.
She did, and Giraffe and I were texting. I feel like she did unnecessarily
No, we're not.
break a lot of her father's shit.
That was the right amount.
But it made for so many good effort sounds.
Yeah.
Just throwing out TVs.
It was his fault for having all those plants there.
He's you can just turn it off. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, it's also the age of replicator. It's not like he's got to go out and buy a new one.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Make more of those
argument,
poop plants and poop monitors.
Can you replicate a broken heart?
too. Yes,
Why would
because
you?
John Luke has an
Oh my
artificial heart.
guys, you're gonna ruin this.
Why would you replicate a broken heart?
Gollum. It's just sad her mom's gone.
Oh.
Anyway.
Eric, anything else on Mariners? No. Hawk, go ahead.
She held on as best she could. I mean, I love the uncle saying, "Why do you still keep breakable objects around the house?"
Yeah.
And she actually did try and follow a plan. They had a good idea in that, going to get Boimler's records and that. But as soon as that went kaput, that's the moment she really went rogue.
I'm just waking up and my stomach hurts, and I wish I could just fart.
I could just fart.
Fucking
She
Who
was
has
right
never
about the
been
gold.
there?
That's true.
I love when he's like, I got caught sniffing the captain's chair again. And
I gotta
there's,
tell
like,
you,
needy, and then there's really needy.
I'm a little disappointed in Brad Boimler because he thought we think he's so like professional with his logs, and then you hear that and like, oh, Bradward.
Sometimes
Like,
he
I
uses
get all the details, and
fanboys.
you're like,
He
too many.
he does fanboy. Anyway, sorry, Hawk. Keep going.
Yeah, like I said, I think she was as measured as she could be in that, thinking that it was on her, to help her mom, instead of like trusting in Starfleet, like everybody else was saying, like her dad was saying, like Boimler was saying. But, like I said, it was only a matter of time. There was only so many things she could break, and there was only so much frustration she could take.
Yeah. I'm going to read a couple of comments from Twitch, and I'll go. MC writes, it would have been, what's up, Draft? Oh, did I skip you? I'm sorry. You usually go first.
Yes.
Sorry.
So
I
I want to
I'm so used to you going first.
complaint with the manager of Strange New
Draft, we're back to me forgetting about you. This happens like every 4 episodes. So, again, nothing has
like,
changed.
Every time there's a guest.
I was supposed to go before Hawk, but it's okay. Like, I like Hawk, so I'm gonna let him be before me. But then I like, Twitch. I'm like,
Draft's going to angrily text me later, and I'm so sorry.
what was I thinking? So I do think that we're forgetting something. Is that have you ever been in the situation to have to go back and live with your parents when you're an adult? 'Cause that happened to me.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Okay.
currently doing that.
No, but like after leaving, you live by yourself like for years, you like gallivant through the galaxy, you have a job, you're on a starship, blah, blah, blah. And then you end up like being locked at your father's apartment in San Francisco because your mom is in like awaiting trial. And I mean, she's going rogue because she wants to save her mom, but 2, because she's getting cabin fever, I think.
Yeah.
She wants to get the fuck out of there. And at one point, when you have nothing to do, you just have crazy ideas, It's like, I'm going to go and steal a starship. And I think that that's why she's not listening to if you look, like every single one of them, okay, they're not working anymore, but they all found something else to do.
Yes.
Like Boimler is working in the vineyards, Tandy and Rutherford are like doing tourism, going around and so on. Like they all have a plan. They all have like a fallout plan, right? She has nothing. She ends up at her dad, throwing plans at the wall, and then sure, like it's one step away from stealing a starship because idle mind. What? There's not a saying or something like that, like idle hands or something like that.
Idle hands.
Idle hands,
Make
idle
the
hands.
devil's work.
What?
Damn, Hawk. There you
Idle
go.
hands make light the devil's work.
That's how you steal a starship.
If your hands are still for too long, you're gonna steal a starship. That's just facts.
But no, I mean, she has the already the ground right in a personality to do that. But what is actually kind of cool is that we're talking about the rise of Vindicta, how she goes from a holodeck program where she literally wants to murder her mom to jumping in her arms when she's back from the trial. So character growth, it's nice.
Yeah, you love to
Agreed.
see it. You know what that is? Growth.
Growth.
You know that meme. You know that show.
I'm gonna punish myself for skipping Draft because Draft made a great point at the beginning. I want to move on to our and we'll go back to talking about Mariner because you brought a great point, Draft, about everyone else like doing something, right? Everyone but Mariner is enjoying some well-earned downtime. Yeah, like the captain is on trial, but like what else do you do? Unfortunately, Mariner is in that situation, right, where she has downtime and she's with her dad. But Bradward, he goes back to his family vineyard where they don't make wine, they make raisins. Cue Eric going, ugh.
How a
fuck
raisin
raisins.
place is not an orchard but a vineyard. It should be an orchard, no?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It probably should be, but it's
Sorry.
Star Trek.
Like,
I wrote in the notes, and I didn't bring my cookie. So, Giraffe, I need a physical cue right now. Look, I'm eating some right now. Can you take a bite of cookie, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
wait,
Munch,
it's making
munch,
Munch, munch, munch. And all the fucking farmers
that
want to
can-
fuck him. All
that
the
can be
farmers
sold
want
on
to fuck
internet
him.
for a lot of
What?
money,
You
yes.
eating the food? Yes. That and farmers wanting to fuck Brad Boimler. They all want him, and he doesn't have a single clue. What do we think of vineyard worker Brad Boimler, Brittany? And just real quick, I got to read Jessica's comment because it's going away soon. Where did it go? Yeah, those ladies inhaled too many pesticides. Brittany, Bradward Boimler, vineyard raisin maker.
Listen, I love that they're doing as much as possible to show you that Boimler is the furthest thing from Picard. He truly is. And, like, I feel like in there, it's a little bit of a California raisin joke because he's from California. So I was just like, that's funny. And, oh my god, it's just... They focus so much on Picard's, like, family having this, like, you know, winery and everything, and, like, oh, I'm definitely French. So I just think it's so funny that you're like, oh, he has a vineyard too, and you expect to see, like, the same scale as, like, in the show Picard, and then it's just like, we dry fucking grapes and they become raisins. And he's so focused on, like, just the fact that all this juice is being sucked out that he doesn't realize that, like, the opposite is happening to the people around him, where they're just like, oh, you're looking good, Brad. And he's just like, I feel like a raisin.
Take you to the moisture room.
Oh, it was that part. I was just like, why is this happening?
Room.
I don't know what it was called, so I called it the moisture room. They don't moisturize raisins. They
Dehydration?
Dehydration room.
They dehydrate.
They're moisturized. They're in the lane. They're happy. They're moisturized, focused.
Moist
Dry
raisins.
Moisturized. I like that
Moist
at one point he
vessels
was
and
like,
moist
for Kirk's
raisins.
sake. Like, he's the equivalent of Christ in his head. And it was just like, this is amazing. So that's my thoughts on that scene.
Eric.
A vineyard is a plantation of grape-bearing vines grown mainly for winemaking, but also for raisins, table grapes, and non-alcoholic grape juice.
Because
Did you just fact check me?
Weird.
You just got fact checked.
It's yards of vines.
All of those
yards.
grapes go into the drink, the grape juice that we drink on Shabbat. So yeah. it's true.
I love his vineyard. I love that he's hot shit there, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, Bradward, Bradward! Oh, there's so much juice on me."
Take me behind the vines.
Just because he's been shit on so much in the show, to see him actually be like hot shit somewhere made me so happy. And for him to be so clueless about it, or maybe he doesn't care because it's not Star Trek related or not Starfleet related. I love it. I love everything about him being the head honcho on this vineyard.
Yeah.
Right, Draft.
Yep.
Vineyard.
Yeah, it's pretty clutch too.
Other than that,
The abuse that I get on this podcast from Eric. I just want to say it.
He's fun fact time.
yeah, I am.
Check the facts.
Fun fact time. I also appreciate how much Boimler hates grapes. That's it. That's all.
Giraffe, I'm not skipping over you time.
Say he has
Raisin
wrath about
connoisseur, Brad Boimler.
Well, first of all, I like raisins, so
Me too.
And which is weird because raisins means grapes in French, so I'm always confused. Why there's like two different words. So anyway, and I think I think we always depict like Boimler has been clueless, but I don't think he is. It's a place of work for him, you know. It's like these people are working for his family. And is the son of the big landowner, I suppose. So, you know, he's staying far away from trouble, and he wants people to work because this is the money making. I really like that he was like knowledgeable in something that is not Starfleet,
Yeah.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Boimler. I mean, I suppose we're gonna speak about like him using hair dye.
Yeah, okay. I missed this in the episode somewhere. Jessica writes, also, I was shook when it was revealed that Brad uses hair dye. Where did I miss this?
Yeah, when they go get the logs.
Yeah,
His logs.
I
Mariner
missed
skips
that part of
ahead
the
'cause
log.
He's like, and I need to figure out how to like cover up the fact that I use purple hair dye. People can't know my actual hair color is, and then she like skips ahead.
Damn it.
It was so good.
I was
It's
so stuck on the
many jokes
farting
around
and
it.
his stomach
Yeah.
pains. I felt so bad.
So I think it's a huge revelation, and we should do a bet on his
Okay.
hair color.
Let's do
Do
it.
you think his hair is purple because of the grapes?
I mean, maybe.
Is it
Okay.
secretly green?
Even better, do you think that they dyed his hair as a kid for like a advertisement stunt, and you had to keep it this
Like you had to
way
wear a little grape
for the
costume?
family. Yes.
That sounds like a grape idea.
I want to
me.
see a
Oh, there's
commercial.
his.
There it is.
I'm doing just Vine tonight, guys.
Nice.
Not Vine too much.
Hawk, you're. Oh, Jesus. Oh, why did we invite her back? Your thoughts on vineyard connoisseur Brad Boimler?
I think it's really interesting when you kind of compare him and Mariner in that. Like we said, Tandy and Rutherford, they're out sightseeing. They're having their downtime. They're doing selfies and photos at Cisco's Kitchen Creole. Whereas Mariner's going nuts in her dad's place, thinking about what's going to happen with her mom, and Boimler, instead of doing any sort of downtime or relaxing or taking up the multiple offers and that were made to him, he goes back to work. And since he can't work at Starfleet right now, and that he goes back to work at a job he absolutely hates, and that he is like Mariner, and that he's addicted. But for him, it's work. For Mariner, Mariner has her own addictions. Rage being one most commonly in that. But the guy just will not stop working. He has to be doing something.
Yeah, no, he does. He absolutely does. The dude's so also self-conscious about people being attracted to him, and he doesn't realize that he has a whole harem on frickin' his vineyard if he wanted it.
Really? You
Probably
think he doesn't
Does he
realize?
think about his
They
purple
probably
hair?
smell like grapes, and he's just like, oh, fuck that. No.
That's true.
No, it's true. It's like if you work in dairy for a while and then everything smells like dairy.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
Or
that's
like
not a
Subway.
good smell.
Ew.
yeah. The grease oil smell.
Oh yeah, he comments
That
on
ain't
that. He
hot.
says it's going to take me a month to get the smell out of my hair.
Good point. Good
Exactly.
point. We are going to go back to Mariner going rogue, but since we're on the topic of everybody, doing their own thing, like Draft mentioned, we have Tendi and Rutherford also, and Tendi, who at the academy never took the opportunity to go be a tourist because she wanted she's listen, this isn't a diss because she's my favorite character and I love her, and I would probably do the same thing at Starfleet Academy, but she's a super tryhard. She's going at it as hard as she can, but she's getting all her Earth tourism now, so of course she goes to Cisco's Creole restaurant. They didn't have a whole lot to do in this episode, but good to see them back at their antics and doing things, right, Brittany? Yeah, Tendi, Rutherford, the squad
It's
goals.
one of my favorite friendships / relationships in the show. You love to see it.
Yeah.
I like their outfits though. Immediately I was just like, oh my god, Rutherford in
There it
this
is.
little sweater, and Tendi with her Zephram Cochrane hat and outfit. I was like, this is
I think MC in the Discord chat said earlier that she just realized that the Cochrane hats at First Contact Land are the equivalent of Disney World's mouse ears.
absolutely the whole theme park part or the amusement park part was just so many little Easter eggs, and it was so funny. I was like,
Yeah.
they would, if you think about it, they would. It wouldn't just be a statue to be First Contact was here. They'd make an amusement park.
Yeah. Eric, Tendi, and Rutherford.
Of course they're going around doing all that shit, right? They are the best. I love them so much. They are my two that they're the pairing that make me so happy. And the fact that they're doing all these fun little Star Trek-y things that are, fun for us to see and fun for them to do. Of course, yeah, I would do the same. Even when I lived in Toronto, I never did any of the stuff there. And now that I don't live in Toronto, I'm like, well, shit, might as well do all the fun things that I could have done
time to
way
see
easier.
the CN Tower.
Right, exactly. I've never been up to CN Tower in the many years I've been alive. Crazy.
Was it worth it? Because everything I've heard is that it's ridiculously expensive.
I don't know. We got this discount thing, so it wasn't that expensive
Oh,
for us.
nice. Awesome.
But it was pee inducing, going up there that high that fast. And then
Do they
walking
have
on
the overhangs?
They do.
They have
you-
glass panel
and they have
floors
glass
that you can
panel
lay on.
floors.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't like heights, I guess that
You
was
took
fun.
a picture at the exact same spot that I took a picture a few years ago, and
Yeah?
I want to send it to you so you can see us side by side.
Damn straight. Let's do it.
This whole skyline. I was like, ooh, same spot.
I'm done. I think.
Giraffe.
I love it. I don't understand why they want to go to the Grand Canyon twice because
It's that grand.
beautiful, but
Because it's grand. Yeah, Eric's right. It's grand.
Maybe they
And
want to
it's a
go at
canyon.
nighttime and daytime.
Ooh.
you know what you see at nighttime in the Grand Canyon?
Coyotes.
Nothing. You see
You see a
nothing.
long drop.
Yeah, you don't even see the drop. You don't even see it.
Unless you drop.
You're like, we're standing in a field now. Nope, that's a cliff.
Eric, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, go.
No, go.
happening?
No, it's off topic. Go ahead.
I really like the fact that it's a non-romantic relationship. I think it's a little bit like in Disco too, like to have this, sibling relationship, friendship relationship. It's so good to see because I'm a shipper like everybody, but I really like
You rather fix?
Oh my god.
But it's cute to see them like go to a restaurant, enjoy like rides and like looking around, and especially the excitement of Tandy is again so absolutely opposite to the one of Mariner, because Mariner, when she said, "Oh, you're back home," and she's like, "I've never lived here. I don't even know this place. What's that giant red thing?" Like she has this total like aversion for whatever is
People
happening
don't even drive
around
cars
her.
anymore. Why do you need a bridge? I love
When
that.
It makes people feel good.
When Tandy, like I went to see the Golden Gate Bridge, not to drive on it, just because I wanted to see it, sightseeing. And then I was like, oh, that's where Starfleet Academy is gonna be. And and Tandy is again like so has the absolute different vision of what's going on. She's for the first time on Earth, maybe not the first time, but like she has time to actually go sightseeing. And she goes sightseeing and she enjoys and she wants to do things again. And she's so bummed when she cannot go to Bozeman, which is kind of hilarious. And that's again super interesting how they build this character in the same situation to like go off each other until Mariner just like derails everybody. But they're
The
super
fact
cute.
that they have Bozeman, Montana. Like I know that's where it takes place, but like Bozeman, Montana is not like a happening place.
No,
You
it is
know?
No.
not.
It is so rural that when I worked for an automatic door company, our techs couldn't even make it that far, so we had to outsource to another party. So when I hear Bozeman, Montana, I get anxiety because I know how I had the worst calls of my life there.
Oh
But
my
anyway, now I
God.
know there's an amusement park, so things are looking up.
Yeah, I think I was saying in Discord, like, I'm glad that Bozeman, Montana is going to be a happening place sometime in the
No,
future.
Trek is
It
not gonna
deserves
meet
it
there.
deserves its time in the sun.
They're gonna meet up. They're gonna wear hats. They're gonna eat churros. It's gonna be great.
There were not enough churros in this episode, by the way.
I like that they
Just
had to
pointing
speed
that
eat the churros though. That was funny.
out. Jeff, you good?
Yeah, there's good paleontology in Bozeman, though.
No.
I believe that
saying
because there's
this.
not people
Yeah.
walking around messing up all the bones.
Hawk, thoughts on Tendi and Rutherford?
I love seeing them in this episode because they're kind of like the calming influence, as with the high tension, with like, we have Boimler who's like upset, working at this thing, Mariner who's upset about, and then there's Tendi and Rutherford and that, and they're just kicking it. They're like us, it's like they just like geek out like at everything Starfleet and that, just like we do. So it's like they're a great mirror for us. That's why I think people relate to them so much.
Bozeman is their
Are you
Comic
saying
Con.
they're more?
Bo- bo-
tangible?
Do you think they have? Do they have Cochrane Con instead of Comic Con?
Oh, probably. I hope so.
God. Be careful how fast you say that though.
It came out
I
that
know,
way.
it was starting. I heard
It
you.
was.
And I did have this realization when they did go to to Bozeman, Montana, and that, and saw like the whole thing, like the setup and that. Do you remember how Cochrane was creating the warp drive and that as a retirement package for himself, so he could just basically retire and go lie on the beach and drink?
Mai Tais.
I like how he
That was his
talked to
plan.
them, and he was just
I
like, "Just
think-
a reminder, no food and drinks."
I think the amusement park became his, secondary retirement plan. So I think that's the reason like the whole thing exists. in the
He
first
he
place.
pulled a Quark right after creating Warp Drive. He just like
Basically, yeah.
monetized everything. Like good on that man, right?
He's like,
I
"Only
mean, a Gene
merchandise."
Roddenberry, too, if you think
Yeah.
about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
And make money out of things that work and people want to see. It's good.
Yep.
Like, I'd go to that like,
Oh. 100. I got my
think
Titmouse
everybody
shirt
would go.
today. The Titmouse week 1 shirt for this episode is already sold out. So people want to go to Bozeman, Montana apparently. So I'm going to talk on Tendi and Rutherford real quick cuz Tendi is my favorite. I agree with Draft. Like, I am a shipper, and I do ship these two, but I would also be very happy if they never went romantic. Would I like to see them go romantic? Sure. But if it doesn't, like, their dynamic not being a couple is just as awesome. And I love seeing their antics week to week from season 1 to season 2. What we'll see later on, like, it's just, I love them so much. And just seeing them eat at Cisco's, it's like, of course Tendi and Rutherford are doing that. Of course, you know? Makes perfect sense. So,
The shirts are back in stock.
The shirts are back in stock. Okay,
give me a minute.
Yeah, get your
They do
shirt.
that thing where you could like pre-order them all. Or
They're
something?
still doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
didn't do that
okay.
this year, but it was lit for season 2.
It's a unisex, so for me, half the shirts like just look weird on me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one by one, only the one I like, I think.
Yeah, that's what I do. I buy the
fine.
ones that are cool, and I don't the others.
And you know, Mike McMahon like listen about like the Ritos
he
shirt
did.
and
It happened.
made one for women. So hey, Titmouse.
Hey, Titmouse,
Let's
there
go.
you go.
I mean, half of your name is Tit, so you gotta accommodate for those, you know? You
Right?
Oh,
and then the other thing would be making tiny shirts for mice then, because that's the other half of the name. But you know, we'll have to see.
Breaking news on SMP News of the Galaxy: Golden Gate Bridge useful or a waste of space? More at 11.
More at
When this podcast ends. Let's go back to Mariner going rogue, right? Because by the end of this episode, we realized that she didn't need to go rogue at all. What a shock. And that trusting the Starfleet process was the way to go, especially since it proved with the likes of Tuvok, Commander Tuvok, and a lot of stuff from our friend Josh. You put it in the chat, Hawk.
Gilliland.
Gilliland, from our friend Josh Gilliland from Leo Geeks mentioned on our show last week. Like, all that stuff was kind of proved right. Thoughts on her being kind of glued to Ransom moving forward for, you know, the foreseeable future after stealing the Cerritos and getting really lucky her mom got off the stand right when she did, Brittany.
I mean, there's got to be someone to try and keep her in check because, you know, like her parents said, she'll never listen to either of them when it comes to actual, like, serious authoritative things. But from one intelligent woman with undiagnosed ADHD to another, there is only so much you can do with putting one person in control of you. Julian knows this. He's tried to help guide me for years.
I just saw what you wrote. Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
But yes,
yeah.
Brittany, I'm laughing at you too. I'm laughing at both.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how it goes, because, like, we've been waiting to see more of, like, the Ransom and Mariner dynamic, because, like, they piss each other off, and then there's that time where she was kind of like, ooh, but
They had the hots for each other.
Yeah.
Slight sexy times.
Like, but what's happening with her and Jennifer?
Well,
Did she just go AWOL when her mom left? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
we will find out.
She's polyamorous. Will it happen?
Yep.
Why not?
Mike,
Afraid?
Mike McMahon said late in season 2, after the finale, that they're going to explore that. So we will see more of their
They're gonna boldly
relationship.
go.
They're gonna boldly
explore
go.
all the letters of LGBTQ.
Hey, it works perfectly. Eric,
Yeah.
Ransom.
Agreed with Brittany. Like, I love their dynamic. And if there's anyone who's gonna piss off Mariner more, it's gonna be Ransom. But I feel like they're gonna have great energy together. I can't wait to see them play off of that. And
It's harder to beat up too.
yeah.
Like, she beats up her friends too easily.
Yeah,
They
he
can't
has
stop
abs
her.
of steel. You can't do that. And yeah, just that one time, that slight little sexy time. So, you know, it might get funny and messy a little later. Not in a bad way, but
Yeah,
maybe in a
he
good
means
way.
messy
I
in,
don't know.
like, a plot way.
Yeah. Maybe both. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean,
Giraffe.
Have you seen like this Instagram reel where it's like when one dumbass meets another dumbass? That's how I see the next episode going.
absolutely.
Because let's be honest, like they're both dumbasses in like very different
Yeah.
ways.
It's like two negative
which-
magnets just trying
yeah,
to.
no, it literally
Yeah.
is like
And I'm wondering about like the logic in being Ransom is gonna help mariners. Like, who thought of this? Like, what's the reasoning inside this because
Last time he had any authority over her, she kicked him in the balls until he stopped being a god. So like, you know, like
yeah.
he's tried to be like, hey, you gotta listen to me on this mission, and she's just like,
he's already
do what I
very
want.
questionable as a first officer. Let's be honest.
Do you remember how needy he was at the end of the finale when he's like, well, you know, I know you're going to put him, I know you're going to bring me as your first officer, of course. And he's like, no. And then it's like, well, who's going to take this for you? So yeah, they're bringing someone else on. He's like, he's so, yeah, he's no
gives
Will
me the
Riker.
energy.
himself.
It gives me the energy of somebody who knows that without Carol giving him this job, he wouldn't have it.
It's true.
You know?
Don't forget Troy's psychoanalysis of him in the season 1 finale.
He's probably gonna
Like
go
the fact
like
that
power
he also
hungry from
lied
it.
about
Yeah.
being from Hawaii.
Oh,
All the
So
needy
the-
ones lie about being from Hawaii.
So I'm still hoping that there is something else, like another plot in the plot that she's putting Ransom and Mariner because they both know something or they're both the only crazy and like not able to see danger people.
well, yeah, they can
That
actually work
she
well off
knows.
of each other. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if there's like a crazy situation, both of them, one sees danger and wants it, and the other one doesn't understand it. So like they're perfect for a commando.
They could have a buddy cop show.
Yep.
And it would be amazing.
I'd watch that
Mariner
spinoff.
going off the rails, he'd reel her back in. It would just be great.
For me, it's giving me like at the end of the episode, it was like, so what's the plot that is bringing me towards the next one? You know, like why am I watching? Every time I watch an episode, I always ask myself, so why am I watching the next one? Like, what did they give me that makes me want to watch the next one?
Yeah.
Here, I was like, oh, everything is solved.
Or
You
is
know?
it? 'Cause,
Or
like,
is it?
The Klingons are working with the Packlets. Why was that anyway? You
And for me,
vaguely know it was to move them to a new planet, but
The hint is that she put
Game.
Ransom and Mariner together when she knows that like they don't function. It's not a good idea. Like Mariner's not gonna listen and Ransom is not gonna give good ideas. So there's something else. I hope there's
Maybe
something
she knows
else.
that they can bring something out of each other.
I agree with Eric on this one.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. It doesn't work. All right. When two people are dumbasses and you put them together, they
That's
never
true.
bring something good out of each other. Like
I don't think Mariner's a dumbass, though. She makes dumb decisions, but she's not a dumbass.
some of my best
what do you call
memories are
somebody
being
that makes
dumbass with
dumb
people.
decisions?
A dumbass. I get it. I get what you're trying to say, but I
She's
wouldn't.
not a dumbass like in being stupid. She's not stupid. Right? Ransom is not stupid either. He wouldn't
Right.
be a first officer. They're dumbasses in the idea that
No, I
like-
get what you mean. It's like, have you ever seen Broad City?
yes,
That's their dynamic.
exactly.
You know what?
Yes.
Separately, they're both intelligent individuals, but together they share a brain cell, and they
Okay,
will get into
yeah.
the weirdest shenanigans.
Yep.
That should
Yeah, and there's nobody to be like, hey, it's bad idea. Like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, maybe you should not be that excited for this. You know, there's nobody to recenter. It's like crazy energy everywhere. And that's where Ransom works well with Carol Freeman because she's very focused, right? She has a lot of like,
and he's like a golden retriever. With abs.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you give like a golden retriever to Beckett Mariner? Like,
Bone.
she's like the kind of person that'll be like, oh yeah, I had a pet. I don't know where it is. It's like,
I haven't fed it in 3 days.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I'm here for the shenanigans, though. I think I'm gonna keep us guessing.
Did they show the preview for next week's episode? Has anybody seen it? Is it
I
live?
haven't seen
I
it.
have not.
Okay.
I don't
then-
think I'm gonna watch. Sorry, Hawk. I don't think I'm gonna watch a lot of previews because like the trailers for this season were everything about the trial and stealing the Cerritos, which is basically the first episode.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's a
like,
red herring.
so what's the season about? You know?
Exactly.
Hawk,
Be
before I
amazing.
let you go, I'm holding you off
Hawk.
even longer. You don't get to go. No, I'm sorry. I just want to bring up Jessica's point here because it's very good. Ransom might move Mariner to a different shift so she doesn't have her partners in crime, and maybe that's where she'll bond with Jennifer. It's something that could happen.
What was the shift they were fighting with?
Delta shift?
Delta? Are they
Delta
alpha? Are
shift.
they
No,
alpha
you
shift?
don't do this. You don't do this. It doesn't work. It's not how you take care of people. Like, if you have a team and you have like good people like Rutherford
Yeah.
and Tandy, and they kind of like bring in the crazy of one person, you don't put the crazy person by herself.
No, I
in the
agree.
shit. Like, it's like
Each one of their psychos work very well together. So I could see it happening, but
Psychos or psyches?
No, I meant psychos because they're each a little psycho. Like,
Okay. I just want to make sure.
No, I meant psycho.
He was like, full
Because
on.
they each have a little bit of crazy in them. So anyway, Hawk, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah,
Hey, everybody.
hey.
All right, so this is potentially really, really bad. And the reason Carol has assigned Ransom not to, make the decisions regarding Mariner is because like she knows Mariner is basically one bad decision away from getting kicked out of Starfleet and that. And Carol doesn't want to be the one to have to shit can her own daughter and that out of Starfleet. So she basically has given that authority over to Ransom. Given that and how much Mariner likes to buck authority, but still loves Starfleet enough that she wants to be in it, and that I think it's going to be a contest of wills. And that how can Mariner basically follow orders and that while still pissing off Ransom at every turn? And I think that's
It's
going
so
to be
easy.
that's
It's
going
so
to be
easy.
the process going.
It's like
forward.
Animal House where they're trying to piss off the dean. Or
Yes. But still staying within a fraction of the commands of that, because again, she doesn't. I don't think she wants to ever leave Starfleet.
Wayner
think-
does bring. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. What is interesting though is like she loves Starfleet, but I don't know if she loves Starfleet because she doesn't believe in Starfleet. She doesn't believe that they're gonna do good by the trial. She's always convinced that there's something going on. She's like hiding stuff. She's not respecting the rules. And now we know it's because she has nowhere else, which is absolutely horrible. And
It's
she makes me
heartbreaking
think
a
of
little
these
bit,
these expats kids, who basically grew up in like every 4 years in a different countries, and they don't really have an attache,
Yeah, the
anywhere.
whole like military brat lifestyle. Yeah.
Rootless.
And she needs Starfleet because she doesn't have something for herself. I mean, to what I see in that episode. So again, the question like Ransom? How is Ransom somebody bringing this? Like, I don't know, maybe he has a wisdom that we have not seen yet
Yeah,
You never know.
in the weight.
we'll
I
see.
don't know.
You might
I just
meditate too, you don't know.
I just see it as a contest of wills between the two of them going forward, and that because I think Ransom will look for any excuse to to give her the boot.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll
That is true.
antagonize each other, but make each other better.
Yeah. Let's go into more detail about all four of them going rogue and stealing the Cerritos, because like everything we saw from the Easter egg, and we are going to do our Easter egg hunts. Like, this was so much fun. Like, from the old timer transporter chief to First Contact Land, James fucking Cromwell was back for
I
this
think
one.
you mean the buffer buff.
I'm sorry, the buffer buff indeed. Brittany, tell me more about the buffer buff.
Listen, I wrote out all the things that made me happy about this episode, and him referring to himself as a buffer buff, I just thought was hilarious, because how many times do we talk about, like, oh, we're gonna hide people in the buffer, and like all
It's
these
true.
weird things that like transporters do rather than just transport. And I like that they had all these different transporters from like all various time periods and different ships and stuff. So I was just like, oh, he really, if you think about it, there probably is someone out there who just specializes in transports. You could have a museum with transports. So that guy was pretty cool. He was pretty chill. And I like that immediately he thought they were, like Starfleet cadets. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, people usually try to knock me out and then teleport themselves to a ship to steal. That's not you guys, is it? And I was just like, what a great security officer.
Nice.
So good. Yeah.
Eric.
It transported me.
Nice.
I totally forgot about the old timey transporter chief until you told me about it. Because whenever I think of this episode, I think of First Contact Land, because the music playing,
The
and
First Contact music.
the theme, and everything that just shows up there, you're just like, holy shit!
The music was so good.
It was so good. It was perfectly timed with all of the scenery that they showed. Plus, all of the amusement rides there were just fucking perfect. James,
Is it not insulting to anybody else that they turned the Vulcan ship into a fucking playground?
Nope.
Oh,
Not
okay,
at all. I would
okay,
totally slide
okay.
down that.
Okay. So I lived in Turkey for a long time. I mean, maybe you don't know, but I lived there. And every year I would take the kids, not my kids, like my students to Troy, the city of Troy. And in the city of Troy, they have like a Trojan horse that is a playground.
It is.
And you climb in it exactly like they did the Tiplana half. And
That's
it
amazing.
made me lost my mind because I was like, if you think about it, like they were sold, I mean, like the myth, they were soldiers. They murdered a whole city during the night. They threw babies through the wall. And now it's a playground. So, no, I
Everything
see
will
it.
eventually become a playground.
Yes.
And that's just the cycle
I
of
hope
life.
not. But
No. That's some really messed up stuff that should not become
Sorry,
playground.
Eric. I got mad about the Vulcan playground.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
it's amazing. I would 100% slide down that, and I would take my kids, and then I would take their spots and slide down that. Everything about First Contact Land made me happy, and I did not expect them to bring James Cromwell back at all.
No.
Like that was just a cherry on the top of all this amazingness. Like First Contact is one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite Star Trek movie. I have a hard time that in Undiscovered Country. It's like it's hard.
It's a hard
man.
Little
choice.
Ships.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hoping that would be a part where they had like a display of little toy ships and something happens and then they're like, look, your little ships.
But they can't because it's
I
not
know
supposed to
they
be anyway. But I love that the ride and all the teasers trailers were showing those four looking at something in awe, and everyone was like, "What are they looking at?" And it was obviously the Phoenix, right? Because what would make a Starfleet geek happier than the first warp ship? Oh my god! And as a little baby roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's so good. Everything about it. It's perfect. I love it. I want to go there. I hope they make a little version of that at like Comic-Con or something one
That
year.
would be awesome. That
That'd be
would be
so
awesome.
cool.
Or like Mission Seattle
Yeah,
looking at you,
exactly.
Reed Pop.
Do
Man,
it.
Are you telling me that you would Nivar swing from that ship? You would Nivar do it?
Are you f***ing kidding me?
I'm good.
Giraffe.
that's what we were talking about.
You would Nivar.
First Contact Land and the
them
transporter
going
dude.
rogue, like from old timer transporter chief, First Contact Land, stealing the Cerritos.
I really wanted them to lock the transporter ship in the closet because, like, I mean,
Star
it's
Trek 3.
tradition. Thank you.
MC thought it
Um,
might be the same guy.
Perhaps.
A really old
Is it
version of the guy that Ahura looked up. He'd be really fucking
Possible,
old.
It'd be like super
He'd
old.
be really old.
Mhm.
Like,
Stasis.
yeah, like 200, like 170 years or something like this. Like, somebody's gonna check my math.
That's
and
normal
tell me
for
the time.
gnomes, you know?
It's true.
Elves,
Yeah,
indie people.
I like the fact that everybody in Star Trek is ready to just phase people. Like, imagine if we do that with tasers. Like,
I mean,
Just like-
cops do.
I know.
Cops
I
already
was gonna
do.
say, based
Yeah,
on
like-
your news.
like literally, like any, like it's anybody has a phaser, and like they're just like, I'm gonna phase you. Like, they even play in the Enterprise bingo with it. It's just like kind of like a little bit terrifying, especially knowing how Mariner is like, yeah, it was on stun, and you're like,
Yeah, man, it was on stun.
Should
Yeah.
have said he wasn't even phased.
Ooh.
Ooh, pun count. Let's go. I
but
feel like I haven't been
like
going as hard. Sorry. It's been a long week.
You're doing great.
It's been a long week.
And I think it's just like it was fun. It was like classic Star Trek. Oh, we're gonna go and steal the ship. I think like going for the Phoenix was a nice touch. It was. I think it's a reference, but I cannot figure which one. It's
What?
there's
What?
another movie where they like steal a ride.
Oh, there's so many.
They're always stealing.
No, like
Like an amusement
Anyway.
park, right?
Well, no. I know. Well, they like.
Do you mean like at the end of Grease where they fly off in the car? Because that wasn't a ride.
Well, I was thinking of like National Lampoon's
Yes.
Vacation, like when they go to Wally World and
Yes,
fucking
Wally
like
World.
walk in.
Yeah.
Moose up front.
maybe
should
that's
have
what
told
I'm
you.
thinking. That's maybe what I'm thinking about. But
Wally World.
can
We
we
go
give it to our friend
together.
Gavin, because Gavin is Gavin is the goat. I hope we see him again.
Dude, it would just be great. Like at the end of each episode, he's stolen like another starship. Like he probably steals that runabout at the.
I hope like in 5 seasons they find him like maroon in like an insane place, like in the Delta Quadrant, and there's,
Yeah,
like,
they'd find him
amazing-
marooned on the same planet Spock marooned Kirk on in Star Trek.
or even like they like
09.
go,
There
you know,
go.
like in
Kelvinverse,
Voyager, where
boom.
they're like in the Delta Quadrant
keep
and they
stealing
find like this
ships.
Ferengi from TNG that just like became like king of a planet. I want this for Gavin. That's what I want for
He's
Gavin.
gonna join the McKee, like he Injustice from.
He already has
From
the
He'd be the
Operation.
only one left, but he'd join the Maquis.
He would do that.
Was that,
one
like,
person
Bobby
Maquis.
Moynihan or whatever did the voice of that?
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Who did?
Bobby Moynihan?
Oh, nice. Yeah, he was
That
in the
would make
credits,
sense.
I think. Yep. Gavin and Peanut
Well, it
Hamper
wasn't
should
Phil
team
Lamar,
up,
that's
says
for sure.
MC. Giraffe, you good? Hawk.
Yeah, the whole extended Rogue thing was great. It was great to have Cromwell back in that because, like, he's not just First Contact. He's been a part of the series and franchise for, God, like probably over 30 years now, right?
I was
More than
surprised
that,
as
maybe,
this
yeah.
as I was when I saw him in Enterprise, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
What are you doing there?"
He was in TNG. He was in First Contact. He did an episode of Deep Space Nine. So it was, I know he's obviously, he's quite older now.
He's
and that,
Trek
but
royalty.
Cromwell
He is Trek royalty. He's one of those guys like David Warner. Absolute royalty.
Good point, too.
Yeah, and it would totally make sense that Bozeman, Montana got turned into like a tourist attraction. I remember a friend of mine, his dad was from Israel and that, and he was talking about the site of the Garden of Gethsemane in Israel and that, biblically it's a site where, Jesus' final betrayal was happened in that, and he said there's a gas and grill on there.
Yosemite Sam.
Jeez.
It's
Makes
like
sense.
people don't respect history.
No.
Yeah, there's like
no.
I think a limit. They're like, it's been 100 years.
Yeah.
Let's do this now, and you're like,
I just want to piggyback off of Eric real quick because I too love First Contact and I do love Jerry Goldsmith's score so much. And this is one this is one of the episodes this season that Karen had to tell me to shut up because I kept on fanboying. I was like, "It's the First Contact score. It's James Cromwell." I know it's James Cromwell.
I was singing along with the score, and my kids were looking at me
same.
like, "Why? Why are you doing this?"
Oh
It's
my
iconic.
god! And it's just like like shot for shot. You know that meme? It's like you can't hear an image. It's like you can't hear an image. Like you could hear like when the Phoenix is going up. You could hear Jerry Goldston's score. You could hear Magic Carpet Ride. Like when he goes, "Let's rock and roll." I'm like, I'm gonna put First Contact on right now, man. It was so good. I loved that moment so much, and the hats made the whole thing. We didn't really talk about, and we don't really need to, but I'll just mention that I love that they they are a team through and through, and I love that like Tendi, Rutherford, and Boimler are like, we're not letting her do this like by herself, even if we get in trouble too. They fucking ran the shovel, and Rutherford's like, oh damn, we're still alive. That's awesome.
I like that Mariner cried in front of them.
Yeah,
I know.
Moment to really sit down and tell them how she felt and cried. And I was
that
like,
was
this is-
gross.
She wouldn't have done
Gross.
that like a season
No.
ago.
No.
Yeah.
And when she goes like they put her in handcuffs, it's like it's such an important
is-
moment. And that's why I do want to mention like the way this episode ends, like with her just coming back, it's a little bit like cheap in my opinion. It works, and this is Lower Decks, and this is kind of just how this show works, but I do wish they explored it a little bit more and there was more of a moment between those two because it shows just how much she cares and loves her mom. So I love the fact that she went rogue for her. The consequences, we'll see what happens throughout the season. Anything else on this before we move on to the Easter egg hunt? I'm ready to cross out my list because I'm gonna let you guys go
Easter
first. This is a
egg.
free for all. If you have Easter eggs, Hawk, I saw your hand go up first. Easter egg.
All right, the team leader that led the security team that ultimately cleared, Carol Freeman, and that was led by Matt Batesman, who it was from.
Oh,
TNG.
Captain Bateman.
Yeah, TNG's Cause and Effect, the one played by Kelsey Grammer.
Fraser Crane, Starfleet Black Ops.
I like that they wore the stealth outfits again. I love it. Always those black turtlenecks, and I like that they keep doing it. I'm like, yes, special ops, let's go.
They will continue to make fun of them. More Easter eggs. Who's got them? Brittany.
On the newsreel, it said Sonny Clemens concert. A bunch of people got like killed and injured during it, and it was some like random musician guy. It's like a very obscure. I had to look it up. I was like, who is Sonny Clemens?
Yeah. All right. That is. I
Yeah.
didn't. Good. Nice.
Yeah.
That is obscure, and I like it. Easter eggs. Who else?
I watched the episode this morning like 6:30 a.m. to be honest. So
That's fair.
There's a young kid that becomes the Stratagema Master, and that's
Yes.
like a game that Riker played. It was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
holographic.
And then
right.
Data beats the guy. Yep.
Yeah. So
Anybody
I thought that
else?
was funny because it's like chess.
Yeah.
Oh, the one security officer was playing the three-dimensional chess thing.
He was
and
the
when
red
he was
alert
like,
guy.
Wait, why is that leaving dry dock? It was great.
I
all
love how
the ticker stuff was Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
ticker
pretty
stuff was
much.
good.
I love how like he just presses red alert. He's like, shit, I'm probably
He's
gonna
like,
get
"Boop."
demoted. Like, I love that.
We have
Anybody
Cisco's
else?
Creole Kitchen,
Yes.
which was amazing. Rutherford's sweater in that
Yep.
scene.
There it is.
The
Jake,
Catcher
yep.
Cell white hot sauce,
Yep.
which is addictive. Tendi and her Zephyr hat. What else did I have? Oh, they caught the Packlids in the Romulan neutral zone.
Yep.
I can't even. Tuvok did some mind melding.
Tuvok. Yeah, Tuvok's in there.
I like the officers all walking out at the end when Carol was freed with sunglasses on, just walking out like badasses, like the Cerritos ones, and everybody else was like walking normally, like arresting the Packlids. And I just thought that was
I didn't
funny.
notice the sunglasses. That's really
Oh,
fun.
you should watch back
Funny.
because like they're in their
Ransom
they've
is
all been
wearing
on
it.
their
Yeah.
away gear, and it's like him, like Shax and
The doctor.
Tiana.
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 Yeah,
There you go.
Tiana would tells everybody to fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all wearing sunglasses and they all have like their hands in their pockets and they're walking so cool and it's so funny. I don't
Their
know
trench
why, but
coats
I like
too,
laugh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Any others before I go down the list?
I think that's it.
Good. All right. Here's some more. The reporters at the beginning of the episode who were questioning the Cerritos crew, and Tahana tells them all to fuck off. They're all wearing gold CBS eye badges with the CBS logo. Raisin Farmer Boimler, we already talked about this. This is a throwback to All Good Things and Picard in his farmer's hat.
At least his family didn't die in a fire.
At least the family didn't die in a fire. All the different transporters. I spotted Voyager. I spotted the Enterprise E. I may have spotted the motion picture where Bones doesn't want to beam up, and we get one of the most gruesome scenes in film history. Eric and I already nerded out over Goldsmith's first contact score. Statue? You told him about the statue? The statue of Zephram Cochrane is there. The jukebox Tendi mentions.
That only plays one
I'm
song.
still bitter about the Vulcan ship being a playground. Magic carpet ride playing. I mean, come on. This is a really cool deep cut, and I know that Brittany will appreciate this one as a voice actor. Carlos Alazraqui guest starred in this episode.
Yeah, that was another one I wrote down, but I didn't know if I could include it because it was voice actors.
Yeah, it's totally an Easter egg. He's in this episode. He's a famous voice actor, and he's also the father of Riley Alazraqui, who plays Rock Talk on Prodigy. So
Exactly.
Star Trek family, baby. Love it.
Nice.
That's what I have for Easter eggs. I don't think anybody else had any on the chat. Let's get into rating the season premiere of season 3. We'll go in the same order, Brittany, out of 10 Phoenix roller coasters.
Okay, so, when it comes to Lower Decks, I usually always end up giving them, like, a 10 out of 10, because I'm like, it's perfect, it's an amazing show. This one wasn't, like, my favorite Lower Decks opening, I think, to a season. But I still, like, it had so many good Easter eggs that I think I'm going to give it, like, a solid, like, 8 out of 10. Because I still had fun, but it didn't, like, give me those, like, laugh out loud, like, some, like, oh my god, I need to watch it again, like, immediately. As some of the episodes can. That being said, it's a gradual build. It's going to build up to some great things, and I'm very excited. But there were some definite, like, one-liners here or there where I was just like, I fucking love this cast. I love these characters. And we all know I love Tawny, so, like, the minute, like, just hearing the way she says some stuff sometimes, I'm just like, what did you write down in the booth? How did you get here? I've seen your notes before. This is glorious, so, yeah, for
Nice.
that, solid, I guess, what did I say, 8 out of 10?
8? Yeah.
I think, yeah, 8.
8 out of
Yeah.
10, still good.
Eric.
I'm going to go with an 8.5. Like Brittany said, it's a good episode, but it's not like an amazing one. Like the premiere from the last 2 seasons have been so
So
phenomenal. This one was just a good, but like everything really, like Julian said earlier, everything got wrapped up really nicely at the end with a bow, and it seemed very convenient. Still great references, great fun. I didn't die laughing like Brittany said. There was no pee my pants moments. But good. Overall fun. It was fine. It's better than most things, so I'm happy about that.
And
It's
the
better than
animation gets
Picard
better
season
every
2.
Season.
Yeah.
Dreff. It
It's
does,
like
Brittany, by the way.
oatmeal- What?
I was just saying, Brittany, the animation does get better every single season. You're absolutely right.
And they fixed
More money.
They changed
More
the
money.
intro too. So
Yep, crystalline entity, baby.
yeah.
It's like oatmeal raisin cookies. I know that Eric doesn't like
No,
them.
this is
it's
perfect.
good.
Go on, please.
It's good. It's not chocolate, right? But it's good. It's cookies,
there for
right?
you when
It's
you're
lower
hungry.
decks.
They're very
Yeah.
sustaining.
I like the episode, to be honest. I think it suffered from the hype they created from the trailer, where everybody expected like an epic premiere with stealing starships, going rogue, blah blah blah. Then Maya kind of called it that they would like wrap it up in the first episode.
I also said that the pack leads were going to blow themselves up. I just
Yeah.
wanted to mention that. Yep.
And yeah, so it was kind of expected that they had nothing on Freeman and they could not really like, it was not going to be like tragic and last minute and like crazy, let's rescue her, because like then you have the series, what do you do? Like you kidnap her, like you go, like there's like, it's the plan that goes nowhere basically.
It's like if you're Discovery, you can do that, right, Giraffe? Like you can do the serialized thing, but this is an
That's
episodic
because you
show.
can jump
So.
the whatever 700 years in time
Yeah.
and nobody can catch
Yeah.
you.
So I'd say 8 out of 10 too, because it's what we're doing. I forgot what we were doing. Always good. I'm very tired today. Sorry. Not their best premiere for sure. Good episode, and I just think the end was coming too fast.
Yeah, agreed.
Ew.
Fuck.
Thinking about like grape ladies? Calm down, Giraffe.
Yeah, I'm giving this an 8.5. It was a solid premiere. The fact that what really brought it down for me was the fact that it definitely followed the Star Trek trope, and that when there's a trial episode or anything legal in that, basically we don't get the summation. We get the surprise twist in that where it all clears up, and like after like the whole analysis that Josh from Legal Geeks did in that for Carol Freeman's upcoming trial and that, and what could happen, what should happen, what's going to happen, that.
To be fair, everything that he said about this trial came true. That's what they used to clear her. The images were doctored.
Yep.
Everything was bullshit. And he said that there was no case. So, I mean, in a way, he's right.
It's in true Lower Decks fashion, though, that once again, they don't know what's going on with the actual crew in command.
That's true.
They never get the inside story. You're seeing everything from their perspective.
Imagine
Meanwhile,
in
if
Strange
this
New
was like
World. Imagine in Strange New Worlds that some ensign like go and steal the Enterprise to go save Una, and like they'd
Exactly.
be like, "What are you doing?"
Exactly. They'd be like, well, I
Who
didn't
are
know she
you?
was in danger. Like, that's basically what happened here. It's not like they had the inside scoop that like Ransom or Shax did.
Yeah, but there's always that belief there that it's all on them, right?
Yeah.
Kids do that.
Let's read some Twitch scores.
What was your score, Julian?
I'll go after Twitch. I'm gonna be the negative Nancy. J Crabsap gives an 8.5 out of 10. MC Frodo's 8 out of 10. It was decent. Haven 9.5 out of 10. Galaxy Star Queen 8.5 out of 10. Wayner 8 out of 10. I feel like I'm the bad guy all of a sudden. I've been scoring low lately. I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, 7.5 is not low. It's still like above average.
It's no 10 out of 10D.
Listen, for a season premiere, I know these episodes. That was very good, Brittany. I'm not ignoring your
welcome. That
amazing
was just
pun.
for you, Julian.
That was just for me. I want to say, like, I think it's a season premiere, and I know that these episodes usually range in like the 25 to 28 minute, like, long range, but I really wanted this to be like a full half hour if you're dealing with what we were dealing in this episode. It was 24 minutes. I needed a little bit more. I wanted a stronger wrap up. It was a little bit too cherry on top. That being said, the references were amazing. These are still the characters we know and love. I can't wait to talk about the rest of the season. It's going to be just a blast. So 7.5 out of 10. We'll see what happens next week. I believe.
Shield.
What? I'm sorry, Brittany. What did you say?
you said it's gonna be a blast, and I said it's gonna be a blast shield.
Ooh, this is the new shuttle with the blast shield. Yeah. The blast shield is the blast shield. It comes down and it goes up. Shield.
Sorry, I just wanted to get that in there. It is
Mariner
time.
Always in my brain.
Always.
I feel so represented.
It's time for the subspace to poll and mailbag.
Hailing frequencies are open.
Oof, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. indeed.
I wasn't there for that up.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a very good one. That was all Giraffe. She fucking killed it putting that together. For the first episode of Lower Deck Season 3, we asked Trek Twitter what they thought of the season premiere Grounded, and this is what they had to say. Brittany, would you like to compare what I came up with as you used to?
Well, I actually read yours, and I didn't even write anything else because I thought they were pretty great.
Thanks.
So 46% said, let's rock and roll. 37% said, catch yourself white hot. 14% said, needed more churros. And 3% said, don't trust the process.
Which is fair. Like, don't trust the process. Be a mariner. Have some mariner in your life. Let's get to some mailbag. We'll keep going in the order. Eric, can you take Havens, please?
Yeah. Haven wrote, before I start, I want to thank Julian for hosting the Season 2 watch-along for the last 10 days. It was the first time I had seen a few of those episodes since Season 2 was new. I thought that this episode was one of the best episodes of Lower Decks, if not the very best. The only downside I actually have is that I'm feeling a little disappointed that some of the biggest teases from the trailer, such as Freeman returning, were spoiled. I would have loved to see her return at the start of episode 2 with zero explanation, similar to Strax coming back in season 2.
That would have been funny. Remember when Shax came back and the Rutherford was like, wait, Shax is back? How? So good.
Oh, baby bear. Let's not talk about the Black Mountain. Giraffe, can you take SMKs, please?
Yes, I thank you for giving me.
It's just the order, but you're welcome. I knew you made want a short one anyway.
SMK wrote, I loved First Contact Land. So corny, so good. Finally, Captain Gavin was framed.
Framed, I say. Hawk with Chris's, please.
Chris wrote, firstly, I'm so happy that it is back and new episodes will follow. Seconds, it was so great to get all those references. Being a TNG fan, the whole vineyard scene was freaking great. Third most, Zephram, I could care less about Safety Cochrane. So many good Easter eggs. Fourthly, I simply cannot wait for the next 9 weeks to fill me with new and wonderful Trek at its most absurd.
Lower Decks is Trek at its
Here.
most absurd. Here, indeed. I will take MC's good episode, what I usually think of as a quote-unquote workhorse episode. It's not a stunning revelation, but it gets the job done. Had some great moments. Boimler and his horny raisin mates, the Ketracel white hot sauce, hearing Magic Carpet Ride, and getting James Cromwell back. But this felt like a transition from the end of the last season to the wacky adventures that'll come. Also, yay for Tuvok, but boo for sketchy mind melds. Agreed.
Mind melds are always sketchy.
They are always sketchy. Back to you, Britt.
Consent, is it as sketchy?
I mean, that spy probably didn't consent, though. Just saying. No. Spies don't
I don't
usually
think there's like
consent to
one consent about mind meld in Voyager. Like
No, definitely not
no.
a lot of the shows, but
No.
I would at least put my hands on his head and be like, this isn't doing anything, but
oh no, the only one is when he does it with
Kirk?
Janeway. No, Janeway.
Oh,
remember?
Tuvok,
She's like,
Tuvok.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is a thing.
Tuvok, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
just
it was
respect.
Kirk and... Shit, dropped my pen. Kirk and Sarek and Search for Spock. Brittany's with Jesco's, please.
Jesco wrote, I enjoyed this episode. It was cute and had a lot of great gags, like the Bozeman theme park. Love to see Cisco's kitchen again. Don't we all?
Can I just interrupt you real quick? It's funny that they went to Bozeman and they also had Captain Bateman in here because he was captain of the Bozeman.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
Had this been in the middle of season 1, it would have been fabulous. But seeing that it had all the hype and weight for the season 3 in front of it, that made it a little less epic. Also, wish they would have drawn out the Captain Freeman plot a little bit more, but it is TNG style wrap up to a 2-parter like this. Regardless, I had a lot of laughs and I'm excited to see where the season goes.
Nice. Eric.
Colin wrote, this ended so differently than I imagined. After all the buildup of stealing the ship, I thought this was going to take a bit of a process to uncover the plot. In that context, the ending felt rushed and mildly unsatisfying. On the other hand, the Easter eggs. So much fun! Cisco's First Contact Land, James Cromwell, Tuvok, the statue, loved it.
Statue?
8 out of 10.
Nice. Hawk, take us home. Oh, sorry, Giraffe. Take us. I almost did it again. It's in the ticker. It's in the ticker. I had to try and skip you. Giraffe, take us home with Wainers, please.
Rainer wrote, I was hoping this would be about stealing the Cerritos, breaking Freeman out of prison, and then clearing her name. Having the case resolved so quickly was anticlimactic, and really didn't need to be a cliffhanger. Probably the first episode, though, where I felt bad for Mariner when she broke down. I can't wait to see how she deals with Ransom.
I mean, all of us can't wait to see how she deals with Ransom.
It's nice to
the
hear no
truth.
Mariner hate.
Yeah, there's never any Mariner.
No, everybody
Sometimes
loves
when
Mariner.
she's being a little shit.
That's
Who's
true.
with Mariner? She's a Starfleet officer. And I'm like, let her live.
Mhm.
Let her live!
That is gonna do it for our premiere episode of Lower Deck Season 3. Brittany, before we go, tell us where people can find you.
If you don't already, you can follow me on pretty much all social media as VocalTomes. That's Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook, I'm just me, but I may or may not accept you if I don't know who you are.
Fair.
And yeah, you can look for me there, and one day you will hear my voice in many places.
Yeah, and we're
Maybe
excited
one day
to
Star
see
Trek.
that happen. So excited. We are going to be back next week with episode 2 of Lower Deck Season 3, and we'll have more details about what's coming up with our 100th episode. Giraffe.
Tuvok your world.
Damn! Giraffe, what's up?
I'm driving to Vegas tomorrow, so come find me. I'll be there the weekend. There's some collective member that will be there too. Come say hi. I have stickers.
Giraffe has all the stickers. Get stickers
Yes.
from her.
Tell Ian I say hi, because I should.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Ian Alexander will be there.
Yeah. All right, folks, we will see you next week. For Hawk, for Brittany, for Eric, for Giraffe, I am Julian. I say live long and prosper, Majram, and good night.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.